Hello everyone, this is Jason Sharkey with Stories and Some from the Literacy Coalition. Here is my mom once again.
Hi everybody.
And today we will be doing seismographs. Now what are seismographs, Mom?
Seismographs is a tool that you use to measure the intensity of an earthquake.
And so a good book to think about seismographs and earthquakes would be Earthquake in the Early Morning by Mary Pope Osborne. I used to read these a lot when I was a kid.
It's from the Magic Treehouse series, and so there's lots of books that are based on history. And that one's about the earthquake in San Francisco in 1906. To make your seismograph today, you don't need a ton of items.
You just need a cardboard box, a cup, like this one right here,
A plastic cup, a paper cup, a styrofoam cup,
some tape,
some string.
Does yarn work?
Yarn also works, yeah.
Okay. Paper, markers, or, well, yeah, markers.
Markers, pens.
Sharpies, scissors, and finally, a weight.
Now
Which
the
can
weights
either be coins or clay. Here is clay that I used to use, but it's like all dried out now.
Yeah, our clay dried up, so we're going to use pennies instead. You can also use marbles or things like that. So what happens when there's an earthquake is you've got plates that cover the earth, and we call it the Earth's crust.
Yes.
But it's not all one piece. They're different plates, and they've got little cracks between them called fault lines. And sometimes those fault lines move. And when it does, the earth shakes, and we call it an earthquake.
So here's the first seismograph we made.
So the first one that we made was using a very small cup. And let's move this out of the way so you can see.
Yep, there we go.
And then we'll show you how to make another version of this. You do need a partner.
Yes.
But we took our cup, put a marker inside, just a dry erase marker.
Yep.
We filled it with pennies to give it some weight. And we used the string to make sure that our cup was just a little bit over the top, so it just barely touches.
Yeah.
Now, Jason is going to be my earth shaker.
I love shaking these.
And I took pieces of paper and I cut them and then I just taped them together.
Yep.
So I'll feed the paper through the back.
Yeah.
And
I
Jason,
kind of think of it as like one of those vending machines.
Yeah, like a vending machine. All right, now Jason's gonna hold the box so it doesn't go off the table and shake it.
And depending on how you shake it, the different patterns the marker will make.
Right. So he's shaking it just a little bit. And we're starting to get a little bit of movement here. All right, I'm gonna pull my paper through.
Oh yeah, I'll give you some.
There we go. All right.
Step on.
Keep shaking. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of a baby shake. It's a little earthquake. Oh, it's getting bigger. So you have one person feed the shake through. So there's a couple different ways that you can do this.
Yeah, there's many different ways.
You shake it different ways, and you'll get some different parts of your size.
So that's what our power looks like.
So we've been making a few different seismographs. We've been playing.
Yeah, these are some of the other different ones.
With different sizes.
Oh God.
And now we're going to show you another way to make your seismograph. Like maybe you don't have a teeny tiny cup like we did. So this time we took the box and we cut 2 holes in the sides like this. And Jason is going to take our cup.
And I'm going to poke a hole in it.
He's going to poke a hole in each side. So there's 1 hole in one side. And then he's going to poke another hole in the exact opposite side. Just like that. Very nice. Okay. And then
if it's bigger.
there should be another hole on the other side. Then he's going to take it and he's going to poke a hole in the bottom. Watch your fingers so you don't poke yourself.
Can I do it like this?
Absolutely. There we go.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you do it down like that or up like that.
No.
It doesn't matter. Just as long as you poke a hole in it, that's all that matters.
Now we're going to take our string and I'm going to tie it while Jason chooses a marker that we're going to put inside our cup.
Yeah, I chose a marker before this, and it's going to be this one, because I'm not sure if it's going to be a black one. It probably is going to be a black one.
You take your string and you tie it through each side of your cup.
Yes.
Then you're going to take your marker and you're going to stick it through the middle of the cup.
I'll wait for you to get your string through.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Okay. Now, what's nice is the paper that you can use, there's a few different kinds. You can take a regular piece of paper and cut it into strips, or you can take one of those really long receipts that you get from the grocery store and use that.
Yeah, like a Publix one or a Target one.
Now, I'm going to take my cup and I'm going to thread it through 2 holes that we poked in the top. So you can take your pencil, poke a hole in the top of the box. You want to do the other one?
Yep.
So I'll put this cup right here so we know about how far apart to make our holes. Very nice. And then we'll take our string.
Since it's an Amazon box, it looks like the smile has 2 eyes.
It does. And then I'm going to take the string and put it through the hole. And Jacen, if you'll pull that string up high and hold on to that for me. Very nice. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here to the other hole.
Okay, now you hold these.
Now the idea is to have this about an inch from the bottom of the cup. Once you get it about an inch from the bottom of the box, you can take a piece of tape, or you can tie your string together. Whatever's easiest for you.
Yes. Get that piece of tape off.
Yep. So we're gonna double check and see about how high up is our cup. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit until it's about an inch. And then we're gonna tape it down. Jacen's gonna take his Sharpie or his marker and put it inside the cup.
I'm pretty sure it is
just enough so that it touches the bottom of the box.
Yeah, where's the cup? There's the cup. Can I turn it this way?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, thanks.
And then we'll show everybody what it looks like. Just putting some extra tape.
There we go. Do you think that's good?
Yeah.
Right here.
Now, should just be touching the bottom of the box. So if you need to adjust the marker a little bit, you can.
Yeah, we need to lift the
We're
marker.
gonna lift the marker up a tiny bit. So
Yeah.
just enough so it's touching the bottom of the
There
box.
we go.
But it kind of goes everywhere. Whenever we swing it around, it doesn't stay very stable.
Now, would you like to use the one we just used or a different one?
We'll use a fresh one.
Okay.
But first, we need to add some weight to our cup.
Yes, and the way you do that is by...
We're just gonna add pennies. You can use marbles. There's lots of different things that you can use. Like I said, we're keeping it pretty simple.
A lot of pennies dropping on the floor here.
Yeah. I'm kind of the messy one here.
Yes.
Jason's always picking up after me. So, pennies, marbles, rice, you know, whatever you have that has some weight.
Even rice works, but you're gonna need a lot of rice for that.
So that it makes it more stable.
Mom, I don't think we have enough pennies.
That's okay. No, we don't need to fill it up. Just enough to make it heavy. All right. Enough to keep it heavy. Again, if you have modeling clay, you can wrap modeling clay around it and go from there.
And this time, just to show it works, we're going to use a Publix receipt.
Yeah, we'll use the Publix receipt. You can feed it in one side.
Yeah. So this seismograph is actually different from the other seismograph. Because this seismograph has 2 holes.
Right.
As the other one only had 1 hole.
So there's more than one way that you can make it.
Yeah. All right.
We're gonna push our marker to make sure it's touching the paper.
Yep. Should we start?
And this time, are you gonna shake it?
Yep.
All right, let's see what happens.
I'm the shaker,
Go
man.
ahead and shake. Let's see what's happening with our marker. Are we getting a seismograph reading? Oh, I gotta move my paper a little bit.
Yeah, move the paper a little bit. Yeah, it's a little off to the end.
So you might have to move your pen. You might have to adjust your paper a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Don't worry, it's not always going to be perfect.
no, and that's what's important to realize with any tool or experiment that you use. You're gonna find ways to make it work even better.
Exactly.
All right, you wanna try it one more time?
Yep.
Let's see if we can get a better
And
seismograph
shaky,
reading.
shaky, shaky, shaky.
And he's shaking it.
See what earthquake's happening. All right, it's still.
Oh yeah, we're starting to get a reading. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So when you run it through, you're gonna see the bumps and waves of the seismograph. Just like I think it might be a little easier to see with some of the other ones that we were playing with earlier.
I just noticed there was actually a staple in the.
So you shake it different ways. Make sure you don't shake the whole table.
Yeah.
You can do this inside, you can do this outside. And we also have some links to some really cool videos where you can see seismographs in process.
Yes. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. This program was brought to you by
The Children's Services Council of Palm Beach County.
Prime Time of Palm Beach County and the Literacy Coalition Stories and STEM. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next Stories and STEM.
Thanks.
Goodbye. Cut.